I'm starting to do the side vents for the Range Rover. As always, got carried away, forgot to record. But anyway, I've took them all apart because they come in 3 parts. I'll show you how they come apart when I reassemble. That'll be easier because obviously now I've painted them, so I can't do it. So what I've done is I've painted these now the colour of the car, which is Stornoway grey. So I've done those. They're all painted, waiting. They're now drying, ready for the lacquer to go over those. I've got the vent bits that are silver. I'm not going to paint those black because I'm going to have black vents, and then colour coded outer edge that should match the smoky grey or the smoked repeaters we put on. So that'll look pretty cool. So I'm now going to paint these black, and I'll come to you when they're all painted. Ready to be assembled. They're touch dry, but I'm going to leave them for a couple of days to harden off because I don't want fingerprints in them. So they're the top covers. The other bits, the grills, they're all black. They're all done. So again, I'm going to leave them a couple of days to dry. So as soon as they're ready to assemble, I will come back, video it, and then show you how they assemble. They only clip together, not rocket science, but obviously I don't want to be messing around with them while they're still wet. Well, not wet, but they're only touch dry, so I don't want to be touching them and leaving fingerprints in them, so I'm going to leave them for a couple of days to harden off. So anyway guys, I'll come back when they're all nice and hardened off. So these are all back together now. Again, got carried away, forgot to clip them all together. I'll show you how to clip them all together, but to be honest, they're only clipped together. A couple of clips there that unclip the back piece, and then the black piece unclips. Pretty straightforward, and they just all push back together. So what I've done is I've given them a bit of a polish, ready to go on. So they're all done ready. Got a little bit of a blemish there in the colour, but I think that'll be okay. I don't think you'll notice it a lot once it's on. But no, they look good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the car and get them in. So let's get over to the car and I'll show you how to fit them. Right folks, as I forgot to video putting my original, the new ones back together, I feel a little bit bad. So what I'm going to do is just do a quick video just to show you how these come apart. They're not hard to get apart. They're not rocket science. They're only in 3 parts. So this is the backing bit. This is the bit we didn't touch. To unclip that, this is held on with 3 clips here. Let's get a bit of light on so we can see. There you go, it's a bit better. So this is held on with 3 clips, as you see along there. Now, bearing in mind the original ones, if they're original Landrover ones, they're going to be a bit thicker and a bit stronger plastic than your pattern parts, because pattern parts are never made to the quality of original manufacturer parts. So just be careful if they're old. They may be a bit brittle, and you may, if you force the plastic, you may break some tabs. You may be able to heat it with a hairdryer or a hot air gun just to supple the plastic a little bit, but don't heat it too much and make it out of shape so it doesn't clip back in place. So anyway, to remove the backing plate here, we're just going to lift these front tabs and just gently push the top plate back a little bit to release, so we can release the clips. Now this is only slid on. It just slides over these 3 locating holes. These are the locating pegs that go into your wing, the back of your wing, to locate the fin in place. So these are basically just slid over the top of that, so that comes off as easy as that. Now the silver one, or the vent, or the grill, whatever you want to call it, is held in with 3 clips on this side, and then on this side there's like 3 locators, or 4 locators, sorry. Now on the one I sprayed, I managed to just push it together like that and unclip this side and then ease it back out. But this one, being a genuine one, is a little bit thicker and stronger, so I can't do it. So I found the easiest way is on these 4 tabs here. Let's get in the camera. On these 4 tabs here, is to get a screwdriver, flip it over so it's facing me, get a screwdriver, just get it between the tab and the body of the grill, and just gently lift it. And as you're lifting it past the tab, just gently push it back a little bit on the panel, so it just slides it back over the tab. And you do that with each one, and then you'll feel, as you're lifting it and pushing it back, you'll feel the grill move back, and then when you release it, it'll sit on the edge of the tab, so it looks, they look like that there. So then what you can do is just, let's turn it around that way so it's pulling towards me. So because these just like slide in and locate, you can then bring that grill back to clear these tabs like that, and then just lift that and slide it back, and that's out. That's as easy as that, how to get it out. Obviously if you're painting it, it's common sense, give it a good clean up, degrease it, a slight sand with a real fine wet and dry, like a 1200 wet and dry, just to give the paint something to key to. Gentle coat of undercoat, unless you're really brave, and just put your top coat over the original, and then been done to it. Anyway, so reassemble. One thing I will say is just be careful when you reassemble with the paint, that obviously the Land Rover ones, the original Land Rover ones fit together quite tight. Once you've got a coat of paint on them, they're going to be even tighter, so just bear in mind, try to leave them 2, maybe 3 days to harden off, so the paint's not soft on top, because if it gets soft on top, when you push it over, you're just going to scratch it, or it's going to look awful. So what I did is I left mine 2 days, and then basically fit together in reverse. So just bear in mind when you put this one in, if you paint this one, you're going to have this little edge here rub on this edge here, so if the paint's still soft, it's going to scratch and mark it. So I tried to get mine in as far as I could get it pushed in before I brought it down to meet up to the proper face. So again, it's in there like that, bring it down to locate on these back tabs, and it's just pushing it in place until it clicks like that. So do the 4 clips, make sure they're all in place, so they're all located in place nice and tight. And then obviously this is exactly the same in reverse as taken out. So you put it over your locating pegs, and then you're just bringing it down and clicking it together, and you can feel it click in place and hear it, and there you go, it's all clicked back together. It's as easy as that. Now it's not rocket science, like I said, but I just felt a bit bad that I didn't show you guys how to disassemble and reassemble. So there it is, just a quick little video showing you how to take them apart and put them back together. If you do yours, spray yours, I would love to see some pictures of different effects. I've seen some where these bits have been sprayed red, and they do look quite effective. So anyway guys, hope it helps, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. So now we've got them all painted, we need to change these. They're not too hard to change, just a little bit fiddly. You've got a bolt at the top there, and then there's one underneath to hold it in place. So we need to pop this panel, but if you're careful, you can pop this panel around enough to get your hand in to undo it. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly show you the bolt on the top. So you've got a 10mm head bolt there, and then I'll show you the one underneath once we get down there. So I'm going to take this one out first, and then I'll show you how to get the panel off. Let's just turn it so you can see. So first things first, take this bolt out of here. Now I'm using a 10mm ratchet spanner, so just be careful your paintwork, you don't smack your paintwork anywhere, because you don't want no chips from the paintwork. If you're worried, what you can do is wrap a bit of insulation tape around your spanner, so if you do catch the paintwork, it's not going to do any damage. So put the bolt up there out of the way. So to get this out of here, you may be able to just get your fingers and pull it forward a little bit. There's a clip in the top and a clip in the bottom. I'll take you around the other side and show you the clip in the bottom. Now the way I've managed to get the bottom one unclipped is by getting a screwdriver and pushing on the tab and just gently easing it out. So I'll just show you. Open the door wide, and as you can see there, where is it there? Oh, I've gone too high. Hang on, it's a bit awkward now because the gimbal's too big to get in the area I want. So what you can see there is the back of the clip that we need to get out. So the way I got the other one out is to gently push on the tab on this side and then pull the panel at the same time. So obviously I'm going to put the camera back and do that because I need two hands. So just put the camera back, move that to where we had it. So hopefully you'll be able to see me pull and push it together so we can get the pop out. So I'm going to push on the back of it and then just gently pull on the bottom to try and pop it out. It's a bit awkward, but it will come if you try. So it's cack-handed for me. So it's a bit awkward, but you can get it. So then what you need to do is just gently ease this forward. Now they get loads of crud, I'll show you. You'll see down the back there absolutely loads of mud and everything else down the back there. So what we're going to clean it out as well while we're down there, because we obviously don't want that rotting up and connecting up. So I'm going to get an airline in there and blow all that muck out there. So the other, I don't know if you'll see it, the other nut is tucked up underneath there, but if you put your hand under it you can feel it. So just move this back. Like I say, it's not hard to do, it's just awkward. Let's have a look. Wrong way. Right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this forward gently and then get the spanner underneath there. It should be just enough for them to get both hands in there, or the hand in the spanner, just so you get it on the nut, and then just gently wind it out. Obviously be careful you don't split the trim at the top there. Now the bolt has got to come out all the way because there's a hole in it, not just a slot. I did toy with the idea of cutting a slot in it, but I thought it might crack and break as I did it up. So get the screw all the way out. Now these are awkward to get out, but they're a bit fiddly, but it's just a case of being careful. Excuse me, it's a case of being careful so you don't catch your door. So what I did on the other side is I opened the door and then grab top and bottom. Obviously we need to move this out of the way. Grab top and bottom and just gently wiggled it out. And what you want to do is make sure you don't touch the door as you're pulling it out. Like that. Because these bits here locate in the back of the wing. So obviously you need to sort of bring it out, push it around all in one go. But obviously you don't want to be catching your door at the same time. So that's the old one out. Let's go get the new one. So basically this is the same but in reverse. So I'm going to swing it in, pull it out the bottom there, try and line it in roughly. Now the other one was a little bit fiddly to get in. Oh, this one's gone straight in. The other one was a little bit fiddly to get in. And that's fell straight in, that one. So I'm going to put the screw just in the top finger tight so it doesn't fall out. Now you'll see you get a little bit of movement around about. So what you want to try and do is, I did on the other side, is just try and get a nice equal gap between the door and the wing, so you try and get an equal gap. So just put my bolt in the bottom. Like I say, they're not hard to do, they're just a little bit fiddly. So again, put my spanner in, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to nip it up gently until I can feel it to bite, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move it into place before I lock it off, because I want an equal gap between the door and the wing. I don't want a bigger gap one side than the other. So that's about it. So just push it over a little tiny bit so we've got an equal gap. I'm just going to gently nip that. I can't hold it and nip it. So I've got a little bit bigger gap that side, so I'm just going to loosen it off a little bit, push it over, hold it, flip the spanner, just nip it up like that. So as you can see, we've got an equal gap either side, and then again the same with the top. Pull it down so it starts to bite, and then line it so you've got an equal gap either side. And there's the gap at the top of the hole in the top is quite a big hole, so you've got a little bit of movement. So just double check it, make sure you're happy with the gap, which I am. I've got a fairly equal gap there. Actually I could go over just a little tiny bit. I'm not quite 100% happy with that one. I'm just going to loosen that off a little bit, push it over a little tiny bit, just push it in a little bit. That's better. And what you also want to do, ouch, my finger, when you're nipping it up, make sure your door and your plastic panel are flush, because obviously with the hole, with the gap being in it, you've got a little bit of movement. So if they're not quite flush, you can always move them back a little bit, because you want to line up nice with your door like that. So basically that, and just a case of reverse to put back together. Well, we'll try it the old-fashioned way, since the gimbal's gone flat. So like I was saying, line it up so you got a nice equal gap down your door and your wing. Try and get in the middle of those two so it looks fairly equal. And then this is just a case of refitting in reverse of obviously taking off. I've cleaned out down the back there. I've sprayed an airline down there. What I will do is when I come to getting the car ready for winter, I'll have all these, take these mud flaps off, take all that, and I'll clean all that, and I will treat that under there. Admittedly, it's not rusty or anything. I don't know if you can see that in there. It's not a very good picture. There's a bit of a bracket that's a little bit rusty, but other than that, it's not too bad. So this just pushes back in. All it does is clip in the bottom of the bottom of the grille. It's like a slot for it to slot into, so that just clips into there. And then obviously you just got to push back your bottom piece, and then we'll just get the air off, blow all the crud off that's come out from inside. So that is how you change the sides. Now to me, that looks so much better. It just makes the car, it just finishes the side off. It's color coded to the door. It's not a perfect match, but I'm happy. That's a good enough match for me. So I like. We're getting there now. That's the two modifications done that I really wanted to do. The next modification will be these are ordered. We went for color coded wing mirrors, so I'm going to show you how to remove, clean and refit those. And also I've ordered a set of color coded door handles. I will do them in two separate videos, but they're the next things. And then I've also been looking at removing these chrome trims, because I thought these were part of the light, but they're only stuck on. So they may be going, because they're starting to pit around there, and to be honest, I don't really like them, because after I've done the mirrors, they're the only chrome thing left on the car, and I'm not very yeah, they may be coming off. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed, hope it helps. Any questions, leave me a comment, but certainly they look a lot better. Anyway guys, have a great day, speak to you soon, take care, and bye for now.